I'm going to call everyone up involved, and we'll start fielding some questions about the movie.
Good, we're ahead of schedule on the songs.
We're going to be real interested to hear what you guys think about the movie. So interested, in fact, that we're going to be taking confessions from anybody who would like to give one out back after the Q&A. So if you've got anything to say about the movie, good or bad, please feel free to get in front of the banner out front. And Tim, our cameraman who's wandering around, he'll be filming you, and we'll be putting that up on our website and adding it to the Orlando media, which we do in every city that we go to. So everybody can look and see what we've done, hear what people think about the movie, and just to get everyone involved who wants to be involved. So start thinking of what you will have to say about the movie now, or maybe you've already figured it out. But once we get rolling, we're going to broadcast this live. So your questions are going to be going out live over the internet to a bunch of our fans that always keep their eye on us at home on our Ustream channel. Kris and I do a weekly podcast called Gratcast, and every Sunday we're on doing that. So today you're all guests on Gratcast. And Gratcast is when Kris and I talk about our adventures in Hollywood and now our adventures on the Perfect House tour. So, without further ado, I'm going to start bringing up the folks responsible. How about we bring up actress and executive producer Andrea Vahl to the stage. Come on up, Andrea. Time for some eye candy up here for the boys. Some of the girls.
I got the head.
Woo-hoo! We got Tim.
Tim the head is always fun.
Where'd Tim's eye patch go?
We decided not to have him be the pirate tonight since we're no longer at the Pirate Fest. He was at the Pirate Fest with us yesterday. We were down in Stewart. I don't know if some of you know where that is, about 2.5 hours south of here. Yeah, so we decided to make him not pirate, and back to Tim that you all got to see, the head that got decapitated in the very first story. If anyone wants to take pictures with him outside, that would be awesome. He'll be out there. Go ahead and post him on the Facebook page and everything. It would be very cool. You can say that everyone here got to see him too.
Very good. Tim and Andrea are on the stage. Now let's get the writer, director, and producer, Mr. Kris Hulbert, up here. Welcome to the stage, Kris. Kris Hulbert, everybody.
Actually, it's a co-director. Randy Kent co-directed it with me, and he's still in Los Angeles, handling all our media transfers from there.
Okay, let's bring up the hometown hero then. Mr. Hans Hernke, producer and actor extraordinaire, and all-around sharp dresser. Come on up, Hans.
Oh, woo! That song was my brother's song, Christoph. Thank you, Christoph. Appreciate it.
Where you mark, man? No, you can't go outside that.
Oh.
Supposed to know his marks. So, I think I saw a question right here, dead center.
Yeah, everybody says that when you're acting or making films, you draw upon your own experiences. Exactly what kind of experiences have you had that would draw this kind of film?
I take it that's his question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's asked that direct question. The first story was heavily influenced by my grandparents' basement, which is the one we shot in. The third story is one I wrote after I had a bad day from work. I just came home and just wanted to annihilate a socially inept and evil family and just wanted to take them all out. So I just wrote that story on a whim, and it's actually the one that snowballed the whole thing into progression. And the one that's probably going to mess you up the most is we had a big hole for the second story and had no idea what to put there. And we had a couple stories we tried from other writers and it just didn't fit. And finally, when we were forced to fill in this hole, the only thing I had left was if I went crazy and started killing people, how would I do it? So the whole second story is based off of if I had to go to the dark side. Yeah. After it was done, though, when I started looking back on it, I started realizing all the subconscious parts of my personality and the three different phases of my anger towards society, inner demons, and just the psychotic part, and started seeing these leaks that came out, and it forced me more after I wrote it to look back than it did while I was writing it.
To satisfy your...
Scared the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, it got pretty quiet out there. Thought the movie was scary. Anybody else have any questions for anyone up here?
Any questions for Hans about when he was
I
taping?
got a question for Hans. So, how's it like coming back to your hometown with a finished, completed movie and being here to premiere?
It's rewarding. It's very rewarding, and I can't thank you enough for being here tonight to watch the film. It really means a lot to me, and I know how I went to school with a lot of you guys, and you heard me talking about going out to Hollywood, and I'm just proud to come back here and show you something that I've done, and it's going to go big on Facebook. So thank you.
He was actually telling you guys the truth.
Hans mentions that it's going to be on Facebook, and that's October 1st.
How the hell is it going to be on Facebook is a good question.
Who would like to answer that?
Facebook is starting their own platform of VOD, so anyone can watch it instantly, kind of like you do with Hulu, except you don't have to have your own account.
Undoubtedly, so how are they pinning out just the names that they put into the thing because the birth date? Because I've got 16-year-old cousins with 27 on them.
The way they screen it out is they kind of rate it themselves. They don't attach a rating to it, but they watch it and they decide if it's over or above an 18-year-old limit threshold, and then your Facebook ID and your birth date on your whole Facebook system is what screens whether you can access it and watch it or not.
It's not going to screen anybody out.
Oh yeah, if you lie on your
since they were 12.
Oh yeah, if you lie on your birthday, you can get in. Same as any alcohol website. You just put it in 1972, and you can go look at the alcohol website. I mean, that's for Facebook to decide. For us, it's another medium and platform. And to be honest, the 16, 17, and 18-year-olds are the ones that love horror the most out of anybody. The 12-year-olds that are on Facebook, that's a bigger problem than our movie can address in one situation.
That's true. I know a 15-year-old that loves horror movies.
Well, if you'll let her watch it, then that's fine. We're assuming it's the parents keeping track of their kids on the internet. That's not really us. That's kind of like cable TV. There's a V chip for the parents to go ahead and choose. So if your kid is too young for it, then, you know, block that page or whatever, or just tell them, no, don't watch it, and hope they listen to you.
So you're the initial launch of the VOD?
Yes. They've had a couple pre-releases of stuff that's been old release now, like Dark Knight, and they had a movie called Blue that came out like 4 years ago that they were beta testing everything with. So we're the official launch for their real VOD platform.
We're the first film to premiere on Facebook. Other films have released their movies in that, but nobody has gone firsthand directly to Facebook to release their film.
So y'all going to pop it? So is it going to be a percentage release there, and then into the national distribution?
Well, if you want to get into the nuts and bolts, what really happened was we've gotten offers from several large distribution companies and things like that, but because of the way they wanted to work things with the buddy system and stuff like that, it would have come at a cost of our original investors. And the people who originally invested in this film are all our friends and family that basically picked up the sword and ran with it.
Some of you out here.
So we were left with the decision that we could kind of sell out our movie at the stake of our careers and be much better off if we made the studios a bunch of money, or we could try and fight the hard way and go upstream and create our own options and our own opportunities and protect all our original investors, which is why we're on the road driving around trying to do this ourselves. Because they didn't want to reimburse the investors who's put their money up and everything and had the risk. Some of them took out home loans and things like that to cover the cost. They just wanted to take it, sell it, and then maybe down the road the investors would get paid back. For all my family that risk, that wasn't good enough. The Facebook gives them a stream to immediately try and bring back their interest and the revenues and the risks that they took, while giving us an opportunity to spread it and give everybody an immediate access to it across the world. When you watch it on Flick Launch October 1st, which is the platform that will be directly embedded into our Facebook page, it gives you the opportunity to share it before and after the movie, so that's automatically giving people an opportunity to spread it to their friends. They say the average Facebook person has 100 friends. Everybody I know has got way more than that. So instantly when you watch the movie, you're advertising the movie to everybody else if you share it before or after. Even if you say, this movie is terrible, people are going to see it and they're going to want to know if you're right or wrong on terrible. So it adds an extra opportunity to spread that isn't available on iTunes or Amazon or anything like that. And with the freedom of us owning all the rights and doing it on Facebook, if it's a success and it does big things, we can still go back to all those distribution companies that didn't want to play ball, and now we can have a better leverage. The other independent films have better leverages because a whole new model's been formed that creates the opportunity for us to do what we want with the film and not be forced to do it.
Okay. Are y'all going to cut the ideas off and not let them shut off the movie?
Well, when you rent it, you get it for a couple of days, so you don't have to watch it all in one pop. If it does get a little bit much for you, go ahead and pause it and come back a day later. No big deal. We did have it the first time we showed it. We had a girl who, right during that scene, decided it was a bit too much for her and threw out her boyfriend's beer in the middle of that and threw up in her cup.
Ironically,
Yeah,
the
which
fingernails
tend to make
got
a
her
couple
more than
other
the
girls
eyelids.
around her feel the same way, and you saw a mass exodus to the bathroom. Yes, so we understand some people that kind of. So.
Here we go. Here we go.
I noticed that a lot of in the scenes, you had this whole grindhouse feel to your entire movie in the different scenes. But initially, in the beginning of those scenes, like the storm or when they were all gathering for him, it kind of gave this like whole birds feel, you know what I mean? Where everybody was trying to get along, but it was very shallow and you could kind of see through it a little bit. Was there something that you were trying to? Was that something that you were trying to show? You know?
As a whole, the entire story is an homage to horror. So each one of the stories we tried to set in a time period of the horror styles we were influenced by. So the first one we wanted to be a lot of off-camera violence, a lot of suspense and build-up and kind of black and white, and all those styles that were predominant during that time period. The second one's supposed to be your traditional 80s slasher film, got your dark humor, your gratuitous boob shot, and all of the over-the-top violence. And then the third one is supposed to be more your psychological, modern-day one where it's just in your face and over the top and as brutal as could be. So those were the inspirations, and each one was shot and color-corrected and everything with the styles in mind.
Did you have a question?
Yes,
The young lady had a
The
question
young lady,
first.
yeah.
Sorry, we will get to you, promise.
What kind of budget were you working on for the film, and how long was the process from you guys finding each other or seeing each other enough time to the end of
The budget. The budget for when we were up through shooting was about $40,000. And when we wanted to go and get all the post-production stuff, we definitely spent a lot more than that, about double that amount just for getting, because we turned very particular. We saw what we had with the rough footage, and it was a lot better than most people get, but we knew if we were that close, the little tiny tweaks that cost a lot are the ones that we wanted. That was the stuff that we wound up putting an awful lot of money in. And the sound people that we had were amazing. They were the ones who worked on, their parents all worked on Star Wars and Jaws, and they worked with their parents to learn how to do all this. So they had about 50 years of experience. So when we brought it to them, they're like, oh yeah, is that what you wanted? We're like, would have taken us forever to find someone who could do that and still be reasonable. We got so many deals from people, it was amazing. Thank you to everyone who helped, and we have a lot of people who invested knowing that we were in the post-production stages, and Hans brought in a ton of investors. You have no idea how important Hans has been. Besides an actor and the first AD, he has been an amazing producer. He's shown tons of support, and it's been wonderful how much he's been able to understand everything that's going on and fully try and drive it on through. I know you had one more question. What was your other?
I just want to know a little bit more about how we met each other. I'm going to let Will handle that one because you kind of encompass the group perfectly.
So, Kris started off with his first film in 2008.
7, 8, yeah.
His first film, and that's where him and Andrea met. Andrea acted in that. And then his next project was a TV pilot, which I got cast in.
These were all done with no money, by the way, so don't go looking for them.
They're good though. And that's how I met. And then we became, all three of us were friends at that point. And then The Perfect House got made, and that's when Hans came aboard with co-director Randy Kent. And
mainly we found everybody through Craigslist. We just
Craigslist.
we looked for friends, people that were friends first, people that were hungry for an opportunity and were more passionate than they were skilled or talented, and they just wanted to learn and be part of an opportunity like we did. So we didn't want to find anybody that was way above us and was sitting there, oh my God, these guys don't have a clue what they're doing. We wanted to all learn together and make something special together, and we did an unbelievable job of screening through Craigslist and just found one good person after another.
There's a lot of ads, though. You had a question?
Yeah, I was asked about
The sequel is already written, the third one is already written, and there's a spin-off of the second story that's the origin story of John Dosey, how he ends up at the house. The trilogy, what we're trying to do is all three of them are going to tell the linear story of the house from construction to demolition, and you'll be able to watch it in any given order, and you'll see the same timeline, you'll discover the same things, all from different perspectives, so it won't matter what order you watch the film, or what order you watch the trilogy, you'll see the same story and you won't have anything ruined.
I'll do about the kind of creating style of each story. You shot heavy on the same format throughout the story. Everything shot. What was shot on?
It was all shot on the HVX 200. The HVX 200. All the equipment was the same. The way we used the equipment changed, and the amount of the equipment we used was changing rapidly.
Please tell me you found your killers on Craigslist.
Yes, two of the three we found on Craigslist. The second one, JT Jonathan Tiersten, was a good friend of Felissa Rose's from Sleepaway Camp, and she highly recommended him after the original person we had dropped out at the last minute. And JT saved the day. It's funny because he's like, "What do you guys want me to wear?" And I'm like, "How about a white beater and jeans?" It's like, "Sweet." He's like, "That's all I ever wear." Like, all right.
Yes?
Does it have cameos or
We're not supposed to talk much about the Sleepaway Camp reunion and stuff, but there are things working with that, and they're full steam ahead as far as we know. That's all we can say.
Anyone else?
Yeah, there's a grandma that doesn't really get like grandma or anybody else like that, unless you're like scared or wax on. But the long-lasting Winehouse production companies, do you guys team up with them at all, or are there any partnerships coming up that you plan to be a part of? Or?
We've recently partnered with American Horrors. It's a network. It's a cable network that's going to be on Philbin.com, which is one of the first online cable networks that have basic TV package. You can add premium channels and all this through your internet. And American Horrors is going live at the end of the month, right in time for our release. And we've got partnerships with them for commercial runs, future original content, and stuff like that. But mostly what we're trying to do is establish ourselves with some high-quality content, hopefully you guys think that, and create a business model that allows us to fund our own projects, distribute our own projects to our fans. They know right where to go on Facebook, and everything is self-sustained as long as we express responsible filmmaking. We make stuff that people want to see of high quality, and then hopefully we can sustain that and build off it and make each thing a little bit bigger than the one before it. But we're happy to work with anybody that's interested in working with us.
How's everybody doing? You guys ready to do some confessions? Check out some props from the movie, maybe up front. Yeah. Well, Andrea has a little message for you before you leave your seats.
If you do want to buy any pre-sale collector DVDs, there's 2 DVDs. One is the movie, another one is bonus scenes, features, all that kind of fun
In the
stuff.
last 2 years, the tour, the making, everything.
The stuff you usually don't get to see unless, you really, really want to and you search it down. But we're going to offer that for anyone who wants. It's the 500 that we have right now. That's where our cutoff is going to be. We're getting pretty close to the end of that 500. So if you guys do want, right now, if you want to buy it cash, you can do it out there and we'll sign you up and we'll send everyone an email for a receipt and all that. And you'll have it before Christmas. Otherwise, if you want to do a credit card or PayPal, you can go on the Facebook store page and you can order it that way.
If it's late, talk to Hans.
There you go.
Each DVD will come autographed, and they're each going to come with a high gloss 8x10 of our head. We're taking pictures everywhere we go from around the country, And the order that people buy or pre-order the DVDs is the order you're going to get to select your one-of-a-kind headshot that'll come autographed, and nobody else will have one but you.
And if you do see where we're going on the tour, if you look at their whole little path and you know somewhere along the way that you're like, hey, if you stop there and take that picture, that's what I would want for mine, we'll stop there and we'll take a headshot for you, and hopefully you'll be very happy. Get a couple different shots and let you pick whichever one you want, and that'll be only yours. No one else will be able to get that one.
That's why we call it the most interactive tour ever, because we encourage you guys to speak up, get on the Facebook page, and communicate with us, and be involved.
How many people ask for a picture with this head next to a sign that says look ahead?
No one actually.
We tried to get as many
That would be
possible. That's a good one.
Yeah, if anyone does want to take a picture with the head, we're asking for a $1 donation. It's an ask, it's not a demand.
Help us pay the film forward. We need to get to the next town, which is my hometown up in Pennsylvania. And if you see the 1973 RV out there, it eats a lot of gas.
Gets about 5 gallons.
Please
5
help us
miles a
keep
gallon.
the screenings
Do it.
free. We got to get to Pennsylvania next. Help us out. And Andrea is going to be out front helping
We do
you
have
out with
t-shirts if
that.
anyone wants some. There's larges and extra larges. Sorry, ladies. You can tell why I cut mine up. Try and make it feel a little bit better. Yeah, it's $10 for a black one or 2 for $15, and for the white ones, it's $7 or 2 for $10. So yeah, if anyone wants it, I'm going to be out there, and I'll get out of the way and let you all pick
Good
your
or
brains a
bad,
little bit more if you
good or
want.
bad, please give us confessions. They're huge helps and assets to the promotion of the film
This
and
is all
what we're
still
trying
do
to do.
confessions if anyone wants. Just go on
That's
and
Tim. That's the guy
start
with the camera I was telling you about beforehand.
Is Don in here? Can somebody get Don, the manager?
Can we, we're gonna do, go upstairs to the perfect house in the film. If that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
We have one quick
You guys, I
presentation
know everybody's
today.
got camera phones, but if you want a picture with the head, you know, give them a donation, whatever, but I'll take the picture and you can get it online. I got a website set up for this, for any photos that I've taken tonight. So if you guys want to get with me,
Okay.
and I'll shoot the photo for you.
Now we want to thank the theater.
Yes, Don, come on up here, buddy. Come on up here.
Come on up, Don. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You guys, you and Sherry and the staff were awesome. You guys saved me a huge headache, and we want to give you a little autograph poster from all of us. Oh, no.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Take care.
It was awesome too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we can bring some more here.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. Thank y'all for coming too. We appreciate your business.
Cool. Thank you, guys. All right.
So there's stuff out there to look at. There's
Eyelids.
props. Hans's eyes are out there.
And an ox to talk to.
This guy's gonna take down whatever you have to say about the movie on his video camera. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Like a website or